What's up guys, we're back here today with another great video, and today we're actually going to be working on a Honda Accord. So as you guys can see down here, a rock actually flew up and hit the bottom fog light right here. So it actually cracked it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to replace that. We've already got the part ordered right here. And this part was $65.75 off Amazon, and I'll actually leave a link in the bio for you guys. So here's what the new one looks like, and it actually came with a bulb already in it because it actually messed up our bulb too, I believe. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna see if we can replace this really quick, and hopefully it'll be like my car, because on my car you can actually just take that plastic splash guard or skid plate or whatever you want to call it off the bottom, and you can actually get into the fog lights like that without having to take the whole front bumper off. So hopefully we'll be able to get to it like that, and it'll make it a little bit quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jack up the car, and I'm going to see if we can take those bolts off the side and get started. So let's go ahead and we'll get into it. All right, so we got the car jacked up, and it's good to see that it is actually made like my car. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So if you look underneath here, I know I need to get some light for you guys soon, but anyway, so if you look underneath here, there's actually the wheel well plastic piece. So basically the piece that runs all the way up through here and down. Let me get the light. So that plastic piece that runs in here comes down and into a triangle basically right here. So as you can see, there's plastic clips that hold it in here and here, and there's two more plastic clips that are right here. So there's like one right here, one right here, and I've actually already taken those out, but it'll be the same as the bottom plastic clips. So we can actually take this off and kind of pull it back, and then it'll allow us to put our hand in right here where the fog light is without having to take this whole front bumper off. All right, so to get these clips out, I'm kind of going to show you because I've only got two hands and it'll be hard to film and have the light there. You're going to take a flathead screwdriver. So this is what it looks like first, and you're going to put it in right there where you see that little lip at, and you're going to pry up, and then it'll pop down like this. So then after you get it popped down like this, you can either take a screwdriver, you can grab it with your hands right here and pull down, or if you have one of these clip pullers like I have, you can get the teeth behind it like this, and you'll go right up here and you'll just pop it down. Sometimes you have to go around on both sides first before it'll come off. So just like that, and then your clip will be out. So anyway, here's what the clip will look like. And as you can see, when you pop that top head off, it loosens it up, and then you can just pull it out. These are normally pretty easy to just pull out by hand. You can just grab them and pull out, but it's good to have these little trim pull and piece tools like this. As you can see, we got a kit here. And if you're taking apart, like doors, or there's clips up front like that, it just makes it a lot easier, and then you don't have to worry about scraping up your panels on the inside, or like messing any of the paint up with a screwdriver prying on it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take off that other one. So there's two underneath there that I see, and then you probably, I don't know if you'll have to pull any more off, but you can kind of grab your hand right here and you can kind of pull that out. There's also one right here, her car is missing it. And there's another one right here that you can take off, and it'll let you pull this back a little easier to where it can lay in there. Okay, so as you guys can see, I got the plastic kind of bent back, and you really don't have to worry about this stuff because it's so tough and conformed. It'll always kind of go back where it's at, and then when you put those plastic clips in, it'll go back to where it's supposed to. So anyway, now you can see that our fog light is right there. And there's actually screws that screw it into this metal plate that's in here. And so it's built way different than my car, of course. So what I'm actually going to do is, as you can see, there's two screws right there. And then there's one screw right here. And I think that is the only thing that holds it in. And then you'll, of course, unclip your headlight right there, or your harness right here. And then it should just all come out with that metal bracket, and then you can unscrew, you know, that housing like that right there, and you can put your new one into that metal plate and then slide it back up in here. So I'm thinking that that'll be the easier way. You can also just go ahead and unscrew it right there, but as you can see, that side is pretty tight and I don't know how you'd unscrew it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this metal plate out for you guys, and as you can see, it'll be hard for me to film this, but anyway, you're gonna go those two screws right there, and then that screw right there, and then if there's anything else that I can't see, I'll explain it to you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do that now. You guys probably won't be able to see it, but there's actually a metal bracket that's still hanging it on up top. You guys will just have to look at it on your own, because there's no way I can get the camera up there. But at least taking those screws out, what it's done is it's going to allow us to still take this fog light out. That bracket's going up kind of into the bumper reinforcement clips, which are the plastic ones that run across the front that connect the front bumper to the bottom of the headlight normally. And I don't want to go ahead, I don't want to take this full bumper off. I want to see if I can do it without that, so you guys won't have to do that much work either. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna unscrew the little screws that's on the side of this fog light, and hopefully it'll just slide right out, and I've made enough room for it to come out. So let's go ahead and we'll try that now. All right guys, so we got the old one out, as you can see. So there's 3 screws, there's 2 that actually mount it on either side, and then this looks like an adjustment screw because it actually has a spring that goes there. So anyway, just take your time. I went ahead and I did the one on this farthest side first, then I did the adjustment screw up and down, and then I took that whole black bracket and kind of pushed it over, and then did the one on this side. So anyway, and then you guys may or may not have to even take off that black bracket, I'm not sure. You might be able to fit in there with a small screwdriver and go to either side, but I just went ahead and did that to make it a little easier. And now I'll jump down here and I'll show you what it looks like with the fog light out. All right, so as you can see, there's what it looks like with the fog light out. Let me see if I can prop the light up right here for you guys. So there's what it looks like, and right up, let me see if I can get it in the frame. Anyway, there's a bracket right at the top that's letting this hang like this right here. And that has got to be the dumbest design I've ever seen in my life. You guys might be calling me stupid because there might be just a bolt up top or something. I looked and I couldn't see one, but it mounts somewhere up top, and then I'm guessing that whole thing slides out, but I can't figure out exactly where that bolt is, so that's why I just went ahead and unscrewed it down here. But anyway, I mean, as long as it works and you can get the new fog light in, that's all that matters. So there's what it looks like. So anyway guys, they actually ended up sending us the wrong fog light from the company that we got it from off Amazon, like I had said at the beginning of the video. So we're actually going to return that one and buy a different one, and I'll put that one's link in the video so you guys can get the right one the first time. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop for the day, and I'll see you guys whenever that part comes in, which will be in a second for you guys, but it could be a couple days for me. So I'll see y'all then. All right guys, so we're back and we have the new part here. So we actually went ahead and we got like the whole bracket and everything. I think it ended up being easier for him to order like this and to make sure that we got the right part. So this will be linked down below with the whole bracket. I'm not exactly sure if they had the option just to get the fog light or if it just came all together. So with that being said, I could actually unscrew this fog light and just put it into you know, the one that's already in there, because like I said before, this bracket hooks up top somewhere. I don't exactly know how because I hadn't seen it with the bumper off. There may or may not be a way. I'm going to check right here in a second to get this bracket loose, but if there's not, we're just going to go ahead and take the front bumper off. But if you don't want to have to go through all that hassle, you can undo these screws on the sides there, and then the tensioning screw, which is right there, and then put this fog light into the old OEM, I guess, bracket. So I'm gonna go underneath there and check that now to see if I can just unhook this somehow from underneath the car. And if I can't, we're actually just gonna go ahead and take the front bumper off and replace the whole thing. All right guys, so we started taking off the front bumper, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you exactly what you have to do to get it off. Let me grab the light real quick. I'm trying to make it quicker for you guys and not show you everything like of me doing it, so the video will be a little faster. But anyway, so right here, if you can see right there, there'll be a screw, just a simple screw that looks like this right here. You're going to undo that. And then, of course, if you watch me take this fender liner off, you'll have to take that off too, just like we did earlier in the video. But you should already have that off. So then you're going to go around up front, and you'll have this panel here. And as you can see, I'm kind of going to set it where it was at. So as you can see with this panel, you've got push pins here, 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 and right there. So that's all the push pins that you need to take out for the front bumper. And then underneath, you're gonna have one right here, one back here, one right here, one back here, and then we hadn't took these off yet, so you've got one right here, one up front, and then one more back here, and then another one right there. And then of course we're going to have to do the same thing on this side where we took the ones off right around here. So you've got another one right here, and then we're going to have that screw up there that we got to take off as well. So, and then there's one right there too. So once we get all those off, then the whole front bumper will be able to come off. So now this is the thing that I think is kind of ridiculous here, is if you look, because we've got it halfway popped off, this little metal tab right here is the same metal tab that's on this. So as you can see, that's just freaking absolutely ingenious by Honda. So congratulations to them for a really dumb design. Because look, you got to take your whole front bumper off just to fix that fog light. Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. My car, you literally has those two pins, which mine are aftermarket, but they're the best aftermarket you can buy for my car. They're the Ming Motorsports VRD fogs. And it just has those two clips that pop it in and they clip out, and it holds on fine, no problems. And then if you need to take it out, you just reach up in there and click one and it slides right out. I don't know why Honda couldn't have made a simpler design, or if they wanted to do all this bracket like this, I mean, they could have made it without this support bar going up, or they could have made it halfway go up and screw it in, you know, to some of the other bars that are behind there. I don't know why that they had to put it up here into the plastic bumper. You know, that's just ridiculous. I guess they really want people to come back to the dealership to get their fog lights fixed if they bust them or whatever. So they want those labor hours. So anyway, let's go ahead and we'll take apart this other side off camera. I showed you all the pins, so it should be pretty easy for you guys to do so. And then we're going to go ahead and I'll show you us obviously taking that one off and putting this new one on. All right, so you actually don't need to take off the front ones, the ones that are right here. Let me see if I can get it without the shadow. The ones, because they're just holding on like this little skid plate. If you guys can kind of see. So you only need to take the ones in the back off. The front ones are just holding that little piece of plastic on. And I didn't see that at first. That's why I thought that you needed to take them off. All right, guys, so now we have the front bumper off. And remember that when you take the other side off, that you need to go ahead and unclip this wire too. So remember that's attached. So try to have a friend or somebody else you're working with hold the front bumper kind of away so you can reach in there and unclip this wire. So now we can go ahead and see on this side, there's that clip again. So now just take it off like that. Just like this. And now we can go over here and grab our new one. And we can slide it right on like so. And then there we go. So now I got to go ahead and get the screws and stuff from underneath there, and I'll go ahead and I'll bolt everything up, you know, right here, because it'll be a lot easier. And then I'll just have to button up that splash guard and stuff, or the fender liner you know, once we get the bumper back on. Okay guys, so now we've got it buttoned up. And as you can see, here's our wire coming down. And right here. So now we're just going to clip it and then do the same thing on the opposite side. So make sure they're hooked back up. Alright, so now we've got it good and clipped together. So now we're going to run through and put all of our clips back underneath. And just make sure that the plastic lining underneath here will be on top of this. So this will be the bumper will be the bottommost part. So make sure you have it folded up top, because a lot of times when you take the bumper off and you put it back on, this plastic likes to try to go on the bottom side. So just make sure you force it back up on the top. So we'll button that back up and then I'll close out the video. Alright guys, so we've got it good and finished up, and we actually went ahead and put some LEDs in the bottom headlights and in the top. So that'll be a big change too. So as you can see, they're both working good. And we had the door open, so okay, there we go. So all nice and fixed back together. Now we are gonna have to adjust it a little bit. As you can see, this one on this side is shooting up with the low beam, and the one on that side is actually shooting down. So I'll actually show you guys that in another video of how to adjust this back down, but it's really easy. There's just a screw in there that's up that has a spring on it, and we'll just unscrew it and make the light come down to where it's supposed to be, where it'll match the one over here. All right guys, I got my partner here. She's getting a little crazy on me. We're going to end the video really quick, me and Zoe. So anyway guys, I hope this video helped you out with replacing your fog light if you're having some problems with your fog lights, or if it gets busted out with a rock or whatever, like what happened to ours. And as you can see, those LEDs made a big difference too, so that was pretty cool. I'll leave a link to the LEDs that we used as well in the description with where we got the part at. We actually ordered the good one from rockauto.com. But anyway, so as you can see, everybody has problems with getting parts. They can make mistakes anytime and send you the wrong thing. You know, you just got to send it back and, you know, go through all that crap. But anyway, again, I hope this helped you out. Please like the video if it helped you out, and comment down below if there's something that I missed or something that would have been easier for me to do throughout the video, because I'm definitely not any Honda expert. This is the first time I've actually worked on a Honda. So with my car, I know a lot more about it, but I'm still not an expert on it. And you guys also always know what to do. Make sure you subscribe. We're getting really close to 1,000. I think we're around 800 right now. So we're closing in on the 1,000 mark, and I appreciate you guys for that. And remember guys, build your masterpiece. No matter what other people think about your car, build it the way that you like it. But anyway guys, I'll see you later, and peace out.